Okay, so let's get into unpacking actual essay prompts. There are two types of essays you're going to write. One is for schools have given you prompts to actually respond to, and others are more open-ended, motivation letters, things like that. What I want to do is just take a look at one and walk through it. And there's one here from St. Gallen. I'm just going to read it, and then we're going to talk through it a little bit. Here's what they write. So today, humanity is facing unprecedented challenges on a global scale. In your view, are we asking the right questions? Are we focusing on the relevant root problems, or have we so far missed out to address the key drivers of our progress and well-being? Please focus your critical reflections on the one most fundamental key driver and argue thoroughly. You're encouraged to express your own view on the question's topic in a structured manner while remaining true to your personal style. Strength of argumentation, evidence of critical and creative thinking, communication skills, and structured reasoning should prevail over the use of literature or content research. So you can see at the end here, they're basically saying, let us hear how you think. We're more interested in how you think and less interested in, hearing what the right answer might be or what other Nobel laureates might think. We want to hear the way you're getting to your answer, okay? So let me just walk you through one of the ways that we would look at this, because it's so open-ended and it's easy to get off track quickly. What I would encourage you to do is imagine the school never asked you this question, okay? Pretend the world's going to continue going as it's going. There are people who are interested in trying to deal with challenges on a global scale. Right now, there are world leaders, there are businessmen, there are citizens who, in their own various corners of the universe, are trying to do things to deal with problems. Okay. Now, just imagine 50 years from now, the sum total of those efforts will end us somewhere. Okay. Just imagine this random point here at 2069. And this point corresponds to some level of success. It's going to get us somewhere. It doesn't matter where. This is just our baseline. This is scenario one. This is the version where you haven't been able to implement any of your ideas. Okay, so this is where we end up. What I want you to do is replay those 50 years, go back to 2019, but this time you have now been given the microphone and a platform to present your ideas for choosing one key driver, okay, with some ideas on how to deal with it differently. And that is going to lead us to a different endpoint. Okay, so in 2069, that particular version of the world ends up here. Okay, and what does that mean? It's better than the other version. Okay, so you have two challenges now. The first is, explain to me how this version is different from this version. How is the version where you have implemented your ideas, in what ways is it better? I need to picture that in order for me to even have your ideas resonate. What's the actual change? Are there fewer nuclear weapons? Are businesses more scrupulous? Is there a lower crime rate? Are people able to communicate better? First of all, what is it? What does it look like? What's the result of it? We need to know what we're dealing with. Okay, so that's the first delta we need to examine. Okay, and the second piece is, okay, now that I'm sold on the fact that this scenario is actually more appealing than this scenario, I like the world that results from your involvement in it. Now sell me on how we're actually going to get there. What's your plan? What is it you're going to do that we didn't do in this first scenario that's different and gets us from scenario one to scenario two? Okay. And when you lay it out this way, it's just useful to kind of tease out what those deltas are and to allow you to focus your argument.